Hello, Internet world. Daniel the Wizard here with Dryftwood Podcast. So, what have you guys been up to? I've been looking for equipment, been trying to find stuff. I actually thought I was going to go buy something today. I thought I was going to go buy a portable, what is it called? Mixer, like a portable, mixer. You plug four mics into it or whatever. Started asking some questions. I don't know. I didn't hear anything back from them after a couple of things, but they said it was missing a power cord and stuff like that. So, maybe it maybe it isn't. Man, I was gonna get a pretty good deal on it. What's going on, Justine? How's it going? Um, so I figured I would just. I guess I'll just show you guys some of the stuff that I've been working on recently because I didn't do a live stream on Saturday. I didn't do anything on Sunday. I did one this morning. I just kind of went after something, but I've been working on a couple of things, trying my best to be better, trying to be more productive, trying to do things that are helpful. So I'm just gonna look. I'm not like asking for critiques, but I'll take them. I'm not looking for pats on the back, but I'll take them. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just sharing. So I want to show you guys some of the resin tumblers that me and my wife have done. So I'm gonna start with this bad boy right here. So it's not finished. I'm actually gonna do another coat of resin on it. It has these metal flakes in it, and some of them kind of stuck through. You see how the light's hitting it. So I'm going to throw another coat of resin on there, maybe smooth that out. So that was pretty dope. This one's actually an acrylic pour. So we paint the base and then we do an acrylic pour over the top of it. Wife did an awesome job with that. And then got this bad boy right here. Look at this. Check out that. So yeah, this one is actually it's same thing. You paint the base, you prep it, you paint the base, and then we spray paint into some water, and then you just dip this in there. That's what you get. I'm sure it probably has some more like things to it, and I make it seem like it's super easy, but I think it's super easy. I just literally watched a couple videos, like, oh, that looks cool. Let me try that. I tried it, and it turns out dope. However, I am going to show you what can happen sometimes when you get frustrated and rush things. So this one I did today. I dipped it in the paint, and so that's the base. That's the base coat. So it didn't actually cover most of the base coat because I just kind of ripped it in there too fast, I think. And the paint had already dried up too much and it went anyways. So, and then we got this one right here. This one's got resin on it already. Check out that smoke. Yeah, so this one's probably good to go. I'm just going to clean out the inside of it and then probably put this one up for sale. So if you guys are interested in this, let me know. $20. And then did this one today. This one needs resin still, but yeah, I did this one today. So this one will be done probably by the end of the week. So, but yeah, so that's one of the things that I've been working on. So we have the Driftwood Adventures, the group. I haven't been posting in there very much. I need to do more. Definitely need to do more. But anyhow, so I'm going to share some of these things that I've been working on in there. I've been telling everybody recently, I feel like one of those craft moms. So I'm like I'm trying to make a couple of bucks. I'm trying to replace some of the equipment. I'm trying to do things. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to work towards things. So, I like developing skills too. So, why not try to learn some skills and get better at something and maybe try to make a couple bucks doing it too. So, it's a point of logic for me. Because I love art stuff, but how better way to do art than to sell them something that they drink in? Everybody drinks something, so it's a perfect container. They come with lids, hot or cold. They're not dishwasher safe though, because it is resin, so I wouldn't put that in the dishwasher. I'm sure you could, but I definitely wouldn't do it. But you're not supposed to stick tumblers in the dishwasher anyway. So because of the, I don't know, science and shit. I don't know anything about science. Anyhow, this is actually what the base looks like before I do any art on it. So I just have a couple of blanks. I spray painted that. I'm actually pretty good at spray painting it with up here. There's a couple of runs, but this is all outside. I did this outside. It was actually kind of chilly. I did it the other day. I guess another show and tell thing. Something that I started making was some soaps. You guys could smell this. It's awesome. It's actually detergent free, so it doesn't have like the sulfates. I don't know. There's some stuff. I don't know. I don't know these things. I just read some things. I hear some things. I try to apply it. So anyways, it's non-detergent, but it's charcoal and goat's milk. Charcoal and goat's milk. So I'm sure like animal rights people might have an issue with it or whatever, but I don't. But yeah, it's charcoal, and it smells like a little bit of leather with like a rich like a tobacco, like a fresh, like a rich sweet tobacco. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled that, but yeah. So it smells like what it smells like. It smells like getting into a King Ranch out of a Hilton. It smells good. It smells good. So like I made 4 pounds of it, and I gave one away already. But yeah, so I'm gonna try some out. I'm gonna see how it works. I don't know. I'll sell probably some of these, but it only made like I think 11. I'm out of that 4 pound block, so they're pretty heavy. They're pretty solid, thing. But I'm gonna let them cure a little bit longer, whatever. But yeah, just trying to get better at things. I like to. I don't like to like sit around because when I sit around, I think way too much. Like my brain, it just no matter how much I try, my brain never stops. It just goes and goes and goes. Now meditation, I can usually, get to some point, or when I'm like focused on something. So like doing things like this, it helps with me like being able to focus on something. So if I don't have any like direction or anything that I need to be doing, then like I just kind of probably won't do shit. Because like I'm stuck in this loop up here. It just goes and goes and goes. Yeah. So the reason why I share all these things with you is because like I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, if I'm being completely honest. I always wanted to be kind of like a radio DJ or something like that. I love music. Like my son, so for example, my son, he was talking to me the other day, my 13-year-old son Landon, and he's like, because I'd heard something about around 14 is whenever most people really start to develop their own musical opinion, if you will. And I would say that's probably fairly accurate for me, around 12 to 14, somewhere around there. But I think it may have something to do with puberty and hormones and the way things affect you and become sentimental and all this stuff. Anyhow. But he was talking to me about how he interacts with his friends and things like that. And he was talking about music. So he's always popping off things about music, like artists, bands, songs, things like that. And I'm like, man, how do you know all these things? It's like, well, my dad kind of just like is always making us listen to music and stuff like that. So I didn't realize it was making listen to music. However, the point being, I think, is that like I think music is something that affects me deeply that I don't think I've fully acknowledged, right? I've learned how to play guitar. I've tried to write music and stuff like that, but I still have this passion. I want to do music so bad. Or I don't know if I want to do music. I'm just really interested in it. I love the workings of music. I like listening to like the layers. I like trying to understand. I want to know how to do this stuff. Honestly, that's what my fascination is that somebody can do something that I don't know how to do. That's the God's honest truth. It's like when I see that somebody knows how to do something that I don't, I want to learn. I kind of want to learn how to do that. And so like, it's not out of envy. It's just like, I want to see if I can. And so when I face these things, the things that most of my life that I've dealt with have been, I guess, simple man's things, and not in a negative way, but things that aren't very complex. complex, things that are pretty cut and dry, straight to the point, but they're not challenging to me in the end. So I gave the example to my son. If you went to pull a bow and arrow and you shot the target bullseye first try, do you think that you need to practice at that? I don't. Like if I boom. So like there's a lot of things that I started doing. I felt like it was easy, and I didn't stick with it because it wasn't a challenge. So these are things that I'm working on. So like for example, this right here, this hat. I made this hat myself. So the patch is kind of coming off. It's an iron-on patch. I just kind of quickly put it on there or whatever. But it says vague AF, vague as fuck. You know, with me, David, and James, and all the things that we've done with Dryftwood, the interactions that we have with people, the things that that come up. It's like whenever somebody's like putting up a wall or being defensive or whatever, they start being really vague, giving generalizations and giving like irrefutable truths, like things that you can't question because it's so vaguely placed that it can't be not true. And if you challenge it, you're a fool. So like I always say that's vague as fuck. Or so, because like it doesn't, like it's just words. Like sometimes it doesn't matter. This is a maple leaf. Like sometimes the words don't matter. They're just used to represent something, right? If you find meaning, so that's what the whole thing represents. So like I thought about making these hats. This is my favorite style of hat, by the way. And, I wear this style of hat. My other hat that I have, it's the same. Mary's looking all kinds of goofy, but it's this thing there, right? So I bought a hat one time, and when I got my dreadlocks, it was the only hat that still actually fit. So I liked this brand, and I like the way that it fits. And it happens to be that Sir James Percival also likes like the hat forwards of it, likes the hat. So he has some of his hats that he has are the same thing. So I bought a couple of hats. So I was gonna put some patches on them. I was gonna put them for sale, but maybe I still do, maybe I don't. Do you guys like if you guys are interested in this logo or anything like that with the stuff, let me know. I'd be happy to make it and send it out if you guys are interested. Obviously you gotta pay for it. I don't give shit out for free because like I gotta buy it too. Now, I'm not trying to be rude there. It's just that's the honest part of it. Because it is me trying to develop a skill, but it's also me trying to fund and support myself. So I'm meticulous. I try to like when I give somebody something, I want them to come back. I want them to come back for more people. Like give them the drip, they'll come back. So like with the podcast, with the live streams and shit like that. Like I want people to come back. It's important to me that people want to come back because I think over time, right, these things, as they're expressed, you refer back to, like these things, they develop over time. So it's like a group of people, the more you meet, the more you discuss, the better knowledge you have before. So like the same way with a customer, with products and things like that, I want them to come back. I want them to find value in what they got from me so that they come back. And I understand what I do isn't valuable for everybody. But I think for some people it is, and that's why I keep trying to do these things. So in lieu of that, I've been trying to line up some guests. I have some people that I've been talking to about getting guests. I don't have anything actually confirmed, 100% locked down, but I have a couple certain things. So hopefully by next Monday, we didn't release today either. Hopefully by next Monday, I'll have some stuff ready to go so we can start releasing some episodes again. Trying to get my equipment situation resolved. I've had a couple people donate some money to the GoFundMe, which I truly appreciate that. Joe Jeter, Brittany Wise. I'll look at the names in the next session. I'll give another shout. I think Justine as well. So, yeah, I appreciate everything, guys. But yeah. So a couple of other things. My phone just told me it's at 15%, so I am limited on this. So. The other thing I was going to talk about, so my morning live streams that I do, I'm actually going to change the direction a little bit and actually give it a point. So I was going through some of the stuff that I had whenever I went to the holistic healer. If you go to the website, I wrote about it. It says I went to a healer. And that's at the Dryftwoodpodcast.com. But anyway, so I was going through some of the things because I only went to her once or twice. I don't remember. But anyways, I only went to her once. It says I still have a $25 credit, but I'm pretty sure I went to her twice. So The 28 habits that block your happiness. So this is a printout that she gave me, okay? So if you'll see, there is a list of 28 things that apparently block your happiness. So I don't know. My morning live streams, though, I'm going to start talking about them one by one and discussing whether maybe or not, or whether I agree or disagree or whatever. But it's not going to be from happiness. So I'm talking about fulfillment, because I think that fulfillment represents all of the things of happiness that you get from happiness. Like, all of those things, fulfillment. I think happiness is a part of fulfillment. So I'm looking at broader, greater picture. So do these things block you from fulfillment or happiness? So every morning, Monday through Saturday, probably. I might do this probably Monday through Friday. So I'm not entirely sure, like, the days. I might make Saturdays just kind of like just a regular, like, just whatever. Maybe I've been storing up some quotes or whatnot. Who knows? But this specifically, I want to start talking about these things so that, like, I want people to come back. So I want there to be something to follow along to. Now, this is me using a resource from, that website there. And that's pinchmeliving.com. So if I do, I'm going to do that. So I'm probably going to put a link to that website, or to this website on my website on the Dryftwoodpodcast.com, so that way you guys can have access to that as well if you guys are interested in following along in that way. But even if you're not there for the live stream, it'll be coming after. So look forward to doing that and sharing that with you guys. Look, I'm not trying to be super stiff about this. I'm not trying to be guru. I'm not trying to do any of that. Look, I think these things are helpful to me. These are things that made me start looking at the world a little bit differently, right? Because I had this closed-minded perception, this perspective that served me for a time, but it no longer became useful or valuable for what I was trying to do. And so, like, I started trying on different clothes, if you will, and seeing what fit. So, but ever since then, I've gotten into the habit now of just like, what's kind of out there, what's on the fringe, if you will, and how's the practical use of it? What's the practical application, and is it helpful? Because I'm not real big in all the mysticism shit, regardless of what I may look like or what you may think. I'm not really, like, to me, there's usually some sort of practical, logical way that it functions for us as humans. So, like, tarot cards and things like that. And I do think it has benefit and value depending upon one's perspective. So I want to talk about some of these things because I think they're helpful. They've helped me view things in a way that I think has given me a more fulfilled life, if you will. If it's given me better relationships, it's allowed me to step out of my comfort zone and not be so much of a shell. It's allowed me to operate confidently and to value myself accordingly, right? Because at times I've undervalued myself, and at times I've overvalued myself. There's balance involved, but I think I'm valuing myself accordingly based on the actual value that I bring because of my principles, because of how I stand for things, So there it is, guys. There it is. So I'm looking forward to getting some of these recordings together and done. So, I'm really excited. I'm super excited. I can't wait to share some of these things with you. I can't wait to have the conversations and the recordings. Like, that's the thing that I love the most, is talking to people. The live streams when I'm by myself, it's a little bit lonely. When you guys interact, it's super awesome. I really appreciate it. But if I'm being honest, it kind of, I like having people to talk to, because I sound like Kanye West if I don't. I start looping out of control, right? I have to have people around me to give me feedback, things and stuff like that, because I'm out of line sometimes. Like, sometimes my thoughts are just like, whoa, and then somebody will ask me a really obvious question, like, well, that really blows that one out of the water. Never mind. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I theorize conspiracies all the time. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate everything. It's been awesome. By the way, I'm actually sitting in the workshop that I cleaned out to be able to do some of my little projects and shit like that. So hopefully the space being more conductive to me doing these things. Hopefully the product and the result turns out better that way instead of me fighting with different things. Right. We'll see. Love you guys later. I appreciate it. Have a good evening.